Chapter 11.9, Application of Integers. So the vocabulary, I'm going to start from the bottom and work my way up today. So an expense is money you spend. Okay, that can include, make this a little bit smaller. Okay, that can include rent of an office space. It can include salaries that you have to pay people. Okay, it includes the bills you have to pay, the electric bill, the gas bill, the water bill. Okay, the cost of whatever it is that you are selling. All of these are expenses. An expense is always negative money. Negative money. So the gas bill, for example, might be negative $64 this month. Okay, it's an expense. My income is all of the money you bring in. When you sell something, whether it's a service, whether it's a good, it's all of the money people pay you. It is positive money. Okay, so the profit is when you add income plus expenses equals your profit. Now, if profit is negative, let's back that up, hang on. Negative profit is called a loss. It means you lost money. It cost you money out of your personal pocket to pay all of your expenses because you didn't bring in enough money. Okay? Positive profit is good. That means that you brought in more money than you had to pay out in expenses. So let's hit example 1. Find Flower Mania's profit or loss for February. So I have February right here. Notice my income is in this column. My expense is in this column over here. So my expenses and my income. So I'm going to take and add the two together. So my income for February was $12,739. I'm going to add my expenses, which was negative $9,482. When I add those together, I get a profit of, there we go, $3,257. Okay, this is positive money. It means my expenses were less than my income. That is a good thing. This was my profit. If it was negative, I would call it a loss. So for example, if I look at April here, in April, my income is $13,000, but my expenses are $15,000. When my expenses are bigger than my income, that is considered a loss. So April would have, April only has one L. April has a loss of about $1,500. Okay, so that would be negative $1,500. They lost money. Not good when you own a business. Example 2, draw a line graph of the monthly profits and losses for Beth's Pottery Shop. During which month was the profit the greatest? So we have months, January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So here are my months. I have 3 columns of months. And I have 3 columns of profit and loss. So I'm going to make a graph. I'm going to have my profit or loss in dollars on this side. Down here at the bottom, I'm going to have my months. So I have my x-axis here, my y-axis here. I have January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, and you would keep going with November and December. Mine's not going to be big enough. That's okay. The first thing I want to do is I want to identify my largest and my smallest numbers. So I see December has 1,945. This is my highest. That's my largest, my greatest, my highest. We'll call it a G. Okay, there's my greatest. And I need my smallest number, which is my largest, negative. Okay, so January. So when I am making my graph, I'm going to have 0 here in the middle. And I'm going to go ahead and count by 500s. 500, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and same thing here. Negative 500, negative 1,000, negative 1,500, negative 2,000. And then I'm going to plot my points. So in January, I had a loss of $1,917. So in January, I had a loss of almost $2,000, so I'm going to put a point there. In February, I had a loss of $682, which would go about there. In February, I had a profit of $303. So in March, my profit would go about, here. And then I'm going to connect the dots. Now, you want to make sure that your dots are big enough that you see them over your pencil marking. Okay, so you're going to connect the dots. April, $781 would be up here. And when you're finished, you're going to get something that looks kind of like that. Okay? So it's going to go above and below 0. Typically, anything above 0 is good. Anything below 0 is bad. And here's my 0. So this is a graph for a profit and loss. I can tell by looking at my graph, because December would actually be way up here, that December will have my greatest because it's highest on my graph, and January would be my least profit because it is lowest on my graph. All right? Okay, that's it for 11.9. If you have questions, I'll answer them the next time I see you.